Saan? Ang training center, 3 sila. Ang pinag-uusapan at ang meeting mga underground personalities at mga open personalities ng bagong alyansang Makabayan. Because the chapter
Can you
converted,
provide the details now?
sir?
Can
Yeah,
you provide the W's?
yes, sir.
W's now, right now.
Yes, sir.
Kasi you're making a serious allegation.
Yes, sir. Very serious, sir.
Kung when, where,
Yeah.
o sige.
It's in middle of April, sir, before the Earth Day celebration. I cannot forget that time. Si Mary Colmenares ay speaker
Of what year?
2001. Si Mary Colmenares ay speaker lecturer tungkol sa propaganda operation sa pagbubuo ng
Saan?
alliance.
Where?
Iloilo City, sir.
Where? In
Ah,
city.
Alam ko sa itatanggi na may-ari na ito. Hindi siya kasi involved.
Don't assume that. Where in Iloilo City?
In Arevalo, sir. Arevalo, Daroca Training Center.
Otherwise, these are details of the truth
Yes.
that will test your credibility.
Yes, sir.
Sumablay ka rito, pagsak yung credibility mo.
Yes, sir.
Tumama ka, buo yung credibility mo.
Yes, sir.
Kumpletuhin mo yung 5 W's.
Yeah. Sige, sir. Daroca Training Center, Iloilo City, Arevalo, is the favorite venue for underground gatherings because ang venue na ito ay tago at magandang venue. Mary Colmenares was there, Saporo Campo, and Teddy Casino. And they were there to meet the representative of CPP Regional Urban Party Committee in preparation for the electoral campaign design kung saan ang mga chapters ng bagong alyansang Makabayan at mga organisasyon nito ay itatransform ayon sa dokumento at directive ng CPP na i-transform to become chapters for the electoral machinery. So that meeting is not bayan muna meeting. It's a meeting of the Regional Urban Party Committee.
Baka deliberately, dinidelay nyo yung preparation ng video nyo, ha?
No, sir.
Let's go on, prepare it. Sabi ko sa kanya, he should stop the moment the video is ready.
Okay, we will do that.
Sige.
Can I proceed, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Senate President? Tinatanong niya sino ang nag-recruit, sino mga nag-recruit niya. So of course, tama yung sagot kanina kasi ang recruitment namin ay organizational process. It's not an individual responsibility alone. But did I meet also Teddy Casino? Aside from the meeting na Rebalo Iloilo City in 2001, meeting ng Communist Party ng mga kabataan pa kami. Yes, in Boracay. Nandun siya. That was a CGP convention. Ano ba yun? Can I be allowed my time, Mr. Chair? Kanina, hataw siya ng hataw, pinabayaan siya ng chairman. Sinungaling ka eh. Kita mo.
Kindly,
How can you allow this, Mr. Chair?
Congressman kasi.
How can you allow this, Mr. Chair? Now you know, mga kababayan. Mr. Chairman, can I proceed?
You provided the when, the who,
Yeah.
the where,
Yes.
yung how.
Ito po ay pagtitipon ng mga propaganda officers, community organizers na sa ilalim ng Regional Urban Party Committee ng Communist Party sa Isla ng Panay. At ang representative doon ay si Teddy Casino, si Saturo Campo, at si Nery Colmenares.
Saan pumasok yung recruitment?
Ang recruitment pinag-uusapan doon, hindi lamang tungkol sa underground, kundi pagpalawak ng alyansa. Ang recruitment, ang binabanggit doon is very clear. Kapag nagkaroon ng eleksyon, ang mass base ay dapat palalawakin natin. At gamitin natin ang eleksyon na ito bilang oportunidad sa 3 pamamaraan. Pagpapalawak ng mass base, pagpapalawak ng underground, pagpapalawak ng alyansa.
So what's wrong with that?
Wrong ito, Mr. Chairman, dahil may underground recruitment ito. Ibig sabihin, ang kilusang lihim ng mga open organizations.
How would you connect that to the recruitment para sumampa sa bundok para mag-MPA?
The recruitment starts with the underground building. You cannot be recruited to the MPA, the Communist Party, if you're not recruited into the underground component of the open
So
organization.
how many MPA regulars were recruited actually after that meeting?
The MPA regulars will be waiting there in sa kabundukan.
Mr. Chair, we, as part of NTF-LCAC, we did get a report about this, and the body of Jerilyn was abandoned by her comrades. So instead of leaving the body there, our soldiers, the men and women, the soldiers of the AFP, took the body, wrapped it very gently with a very respectfully with a blanket, and she was brought down. I mean, they could have left her there, but when you ask them, why did you not just leave them? They said, well, we had to bring her back to her family so that she could get a proper burial. So, and hindi po ginawang tropeyo or anything like that. That's not true at all.
Yes, Jeff related.
Yes, sir, additional lang. We are in touch with Colonel Baybayin, the commander of the 3rd Special Forces. They have to carry the body 5 hours, walk 5 hours, and in fact, they were met by Jesrin, one of the sons of Rep. Kulyamat, and they were very thankful for taking care of the cadaver of Javelin and for providing all the assistance so that they will be able to see the lifeless body of their sister. So it's not true that the armed forces of the Philippines, the AP and the SF battalion desecrated the body. In fact, they afforded her all the respect and all the assistance that they have to do to make sure that she will have a decent burial.
Yes, Vice Admiral, go.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have now here the,
Yeah, i-quote mo na lang sa directly from the after operations report.
yes, Mr. Chairman, I have the summary of events. It was an encounter and a discovery of an enemy hideout on 28-1600 November 2020. For the summary of events, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors, on 28-1600 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon of November 2020, an encounter of the Special Forces Team 702, led by Sergeant Mark Anthony Azuela, Philippine Army, against 30 CNTs of SYP Platoon Guerrilla Front 19 under Mario Himo Jr., aka Kobe or Renren, at vicinity, there's a Greek coordinate here, Your Honor, but it's in Sitio Mabuk, Barangay San Isidro, Marihatag, Surigao del Sur, that resulted to the recovery of 5 high-powered firearms and 1 CNT killed. On 29-10-30 November 2020, the Special Forces Team 702, led by Sergeant Azuela, together with the Special Forces Team 3301, led by Staff Sergeant Gabriel, discovered an abandoned CNT hideout lair with an estimated area of about 200 square meters with strong signal of glow, having 2 kitchens, 22 tents during their clearing operations and scouring on the encounter site. On 29-1200 November 2020, engaged troops of the Special Forces Team 702 under Sergeant Azuela arrived at designated casualty collection point at Sitio Nabog, Barangay San Isidro, Marihatag, Surigao del Sur, bringing along with them a CNT cadaver. On 29-12-20 November 2020, engaged troops of Special Forces Team 702 under Sergeant Azuela arrived at mission support site along with the cadaver that was later identified as Javelin Campos Kulyamat, alias Rep, medic of SYP Platoon Guerrilla Front 19, 22 years old and a resident of Sitio Kiwagan, Barangay San Isidro, Lianga, Surigao del Sur. The identification was confirmed by 9 former rebels of the 401st Brigade and further revealed as the youngest child of Bayan Muna Party List Representative Euphemia Kulyamat. And the result of the operation, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors, on the government side, negative casualty. On the enemy side, 1 killed or body count identified as Javelin Campos Kulyamat. Captured items and other war materials are 3 AK-47 rifles, 1 M14 rifle, 1 M653 caliber 5.56, 11 backpacks, 4 IEDs, or improvised explosive device, anti-personnel mines, 5 blasting caps, 30 meters electric wire, 11 magazines of M14 rifle, 7 magazines of M14 rifles, 5 bandoliers, 249 ammunition for AK-47 rifle, 3 CPP NPA NDF flags, 3 cell phones, 2 commercial handheld radios, 4 rice pots, assorted food supplies, assorted medical supplies, and lastly, Your Honors, subversive documents. This is the summary of the after operation report, Mr. Chairman.
Is bringing the body of a Kia, no, sa enemy side to the family a standard procedure?
As much as possible, Mr. Chairman,
Really, kung identified at kung saan dadalhin.
yes, Mr. Chairman.
Otherwise, anong ginagawa ng troops natin sa ground?
We usually, Mr. Chairman, we bring it to a funeral parlor for proper burial.
In this case,
Just for the record, Mr. Chair, I would be submitting to the committee the picture that was posted on the various sites of the AFP and even the Philippine News Agency showing the body of Jenilyn Kuyamat sprawled, wala pong balot. So I don't know where Undersecretary Badoy got the idea that they binalot daw nila sa punot. Ito po ay walang balot in front of 11 men. At kasama po sa nakahanay sa bangkay ni Jenilyn ay yung iba't ibang mga materyales na kanilang nakumpiska. It is a post photo. It is a war trophy kind of photo. The faces of the men are blacked out, probably to show that they are not smiling, but it certainly appears that they are very proud. And I think this is what Congresswoman Kulyamat pointed out, na na-desecrate ang katawan. If it were for mere identification, Mr. Chair, they could have took the picture. Bakit nag-post pa sa harap ng 11 mga sundalo? Bakit pinost pa ito sa social media? Bakit pinadala sa Philippine News Agency at pinakalat ng Philippine News Agency? I think that is the complaint of Congresswoman Kulyamat. So I will be submitting this, Mr. Chair.
Undersecretary Lorraine.
I think it's really funny how Teddy Casino finds a photo more
No, there's nothing funny about
more
this.
offensive.
Sorry. Let her finish her statement.
He finds it a photo more offensive of a 22-year-old that was slain rather than at slaying 22-year-old for a cause that's senseless. He will not condemn it. That's the outrage here. There are no winners in this war. If you think that NTF-LCAC is goading, we were gloating because a 22-year-old child died, just because she's an NPA, you are so wrong. This is a tragedy, and there are no winners in this war.
Thank you. Yes, John Perlado.
Mr. Chair, on that statement that the soldiers were seen in that photo with covered faces, that's not because they are smiling, but that's because that's standard operating procedure on special operation forces. You know that because I'm also a member of that unit once, and we don't do that to our enemy, even if they're dead or captured. Now, the only reason that we took those pictures is to make sure and to have an evidence that Javelin died with a firearm sling in his body. No other purpose for that.
Mr. Chairman, aren't we straying away from the sense of the hearing? It's about the issue of red tagging. Nagkakaroon tuloy na sagutan dito na para tayong hindi in a parliament, in parliamentary procedures are not followed. I think we should call it to order and go back to the subject matter.